Stop, stop, stop. You are likely walking past $1 million fortune every single day. Did you know that a simple copper penny, hiding in your kitchen drawer or under your car seat, could actually be a ghost coin worth more than a luxury mansion? Welcome to Legacy Coins USA. Today, we are exposing the top 8 most legendary wheat pennies that have turned ordinary people into overnight millionaires. We're going beyond the history books to show you the secret errors, the hidden mint marks, and the weight markers that the banks don't want you to notice. If you own any old cents, do not spend them until you see this list. One of these 8 coins could be your ticket to total financial freedom. Let's hunt for your legacy, starting right now. First up, 1982, the small date copper penny stands as the ultimate crown jewel for modern coin hunters, a literal needle in a haystack that has transformed ordinary pocket change into a source of life-altering wealth. To understand why this tiny piece of copper is worth more than its weight in gold, you have to travel back to a chaotic year at the United States Mint when inflation was skyrocketing and the price of copper was out of control. For decades, the American penny had been made almost entirely of copper, but by 1982, it cost the government more than 1 cent just to manufacture a single coin. In a desperate move to save the currency, the mint decided to switch the composition mid-year from heavy bronze to a much cheaper zinc core with a thin copper wash. This transition created a perfect storm for error collectors because, during the frantic changeover, a handful of old copper planchets were accidentally struck with the brand new Denver small date dies, creating a coin that technically should not exist. Identifying this legendary treasure requires the eagle eyes of a detective and the precision of a scientist because at a quick glance, it looks exactly like the billions of common pennies circulating in your jars today. The first thing you must look for is the iconic D Mint mark located just below the date, which signifies it was born in the Denver Mint. Once you have confirmed the location, you must scrutinize the date itself to determine if it is the small date variety. On these rare specimens, the numbers are delicately engraved and appear much farther away from the coin's rim than on the more common large date versions. Most importantly, the number 2 in the date will have a distinct, elegant curve in its neck, whereas the common variety features a straight, rigid diagonal line. If you find a 1982 penny that meets all these visual criteria, you might be holding a piece of history that has sold at auction for nearly $20,000. However, the final and most crucial test of a true 1982 D small date copper rarity cannot be done with the naked eye alone, you absolutely must use a digital scale. Because the common 1982 pennies are made of zinc, they weigh a mere 2.5 grams, feeling light and almost hollow in the palm of your hand. In contrast, the elusive transitional error coin is struck on solid bronze, meaning it must weigh exactly 3.11 grams. This weight difference is the smoking gun that proves a leftover copper blank from the previous era somehow found its way into the hopper and was stamped by mistake. It is a biological anomaly of the minting world, a transitional error, that serves as a direct cousin to the world-famous 1943 copper penny, and it remains so rare that only a tiny handful of confirmed examples have ever been authenticated by professional grading services. While the 1982 penny captures the imagination of modern hunters, there is a massive amount of internet hype and sensationalism surrounding the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial coinage that often leads people to believe they have $1 billion fortune in their kitchen drawers. You have likely seen viral videos claiming that the bicentennial quarter, featuring the brave colonial drummer on the reverse, is a hidden path to instant retirement. The truth is more grounded but no less fascinating, as the U.S. Mint produced over 1.6 billion of these special quarters to celebrate the nation's 200th birthday. Because so many people hoarded these coins as souvenirs when they first debuted, the vast majority of them remain in common circulation and are worth exactly 25 cents. Yet, within this massive population, there are specific mint mark varieties from San Francisco that were struck in 40% silver, and these are the ones that truly command a premium from serious investors. The psychological allure of the bicentennial coin lies in its dual date and patriotic imagery, which makes it stand out from the standard eagleback quarters we see every day. This visual distinction often triggers a treasure hunter instinct in the public, leading to the common myth that every drummer boy quarter is a rare artifact worth millions. In reality, the coins that actually reach those astronomical price points are extreme anomalies, such as double die errors where the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" appear to have been stamped twice. These errors occur when the coin die itself is misaligned, creating a blurred or shadowed effect on the lettering that drives collectors into a frenzy. Without these specific minting mistakes or a verified silver composition, the average bicentennial coin is a beautiful piece of Americana but not necessarily a ticket to a private island. For anyone serious about turning their spare change into a fortune, the key is to stop spending your 1982 pennies and start weighing them with meticulous care. The discovery of a new 1982 small date copper cent would send shockwaves through the numismatic community and likely ignite a bidding war among the world's wealthiest collectors. Every time you receive change at a grocery store or find a stray cent on the sidewalk, you are participating in a massive, nationwide lottery where the winning ticket is disguised as a humble 1-cent piece. Most people walk right past these fortunes because they lack the knowledge to identify them, but for the informed collector, every handful of change is a potential gold mine. The thrill of the hunt is knowing that the next coin you touch could be the one that was never meant to be made, a mistake worth a king's ransom. Beyond the financial value, these rare coins represent a physical connection to the turning points of American economic history and the evolution of our national currency. When you hold a 1982 penny, you are holding the very moment the United States moved away from precious metal content in its base currency toward the industrial alloys of the modern era. The rarity of the copper small date variety is a testament to the speed and volume of the mint's operations, where a single second of overlap between old materials and new designs created a legendary ghost coin. While billion-dollar claims are often the product of internet exaggeration, the verified five-figure sales of these specific errors prove that the get-rich-overnight dream is not entirely a fantasy for those who know exactly what to look for. In the end, the secret to building a fortune through rare coins is patience, a good magnifying glass, and a reliable scale. You must ignore the sensationalized headlines that claim every old coin is worth millions and focus instead on the technical markers like the D mint mark and the weight of the copper planchet. The 1982 small date copper penny remains one of the few coins that can still be found in the wild, hidden in jars, under car seats, or in the pockets of people who have no idea they are carrying a small fortune. Treat every 1982 penny as a potential treasure, and never let a bicentennial coin go without checking its edge for that silver shine. Your luck could change with a single clink of metal against the bottom of a piggy bank, turning a simple cent into a legacy that could last for generations.
Coin number 2. In the high-stakes world of numismatic discovery, the year 1983 stands as a hidden fortress of wealth, concealing some of the most shocking and lucrative mint errors ever to bypass government inspectors. While the average person treats a penny as a nuisance, savvy collectors know that a 1983 Lincoln cent can hide a secret identity that translates into a massive payday at elite auction houses. The transition from bronze to zinc in the early 1980s created a ghost series of coins that technically should not exist, yet a handful of these metallic anomalies were struck and released into the wild. If you find a 1983 penny with the Denver mint mark that feels slightly heavier than its peers, you aren't just holding currency, you are holding a structural mistake worth tens of thousands of dollars. The true magnetism of the 1983 cent lies in the transitional error phenomenon, where leftover bronze planchets from previous years were accidentally fed into the presses during a year meant exclusively for zinc. These rare specimens are essentially the 1943 copper penny of the modern era, representing a collision between Old World materials and New World production. To the naked eye, they look identical to the billions of standard zinc cents, but the moment they hit a digital scale, the truth is revealed. A standard 1983 penny weighs 2.5 grams, but the legendary bronze error weighs a solid 3.11 grams, a tiny discrepancy that creates a financial gulf wide enough to fund a luxury lifestyle overnight. When we discuss the bicentennial spirit in the context of these 1983 coins, we are looking at the peak of American commemorative fervor that spilled over from the 1976 celebrations into the early 80s production quality. The phrase, "In God We Trust," on a rare 1983 takes on an almost prophetic quality for the lucky hunter who finds one. There are whispers in the community of coins featuring value superimposed, or double denominations, where the cent design is struck over another coin entirely. These multi-strike errors are the ultimate crown jewels of American coinage, often fetching prices that rival the value of rare gemstones because they represent a total breakdown of the mint's quality control at the Denver facility. The unimaginable worth of these coins is driven by a market of billionaire investors who view rare errors as a hedge against inflation and a portable form of extreme wealth. In today's aggressive market, a certified 1983 bronze cent can easily command prices upwards of $30,000, with some enthusiasts predicting that as these coins become harder to find, they could reach the $1 million threshold. The sheer rarity is staggering. While billions of zinc pennies were minted, only a tiny fraction, perhaps only a dozen or so, are believed to be the heavy bronze variants. This scarcity turns every pocket of loose change into a potential gold mine for the person willing to look twice. Beyond the weight error, the 1983 D series is famous for the double die varieties that can turn a common cent into a high-value asset. On these coins, the lettering of Liberty and the 1983 date appear with a distinct, ghost-like shadow, caused by the die being struck twice at slightly different angles. This visual doubling is a siren call to collectors, acting as a signature of rarity that sets the coin apart from the mundane mass production. When you see the words E pluribus unum standing out with thick, distorted lines on the reverse, you are looking at a manufacturing miracle that the U.S. Mint tried to destroy but which survived to create new fortunes for modern-day treasure hunters. The idea of becoming a billionaire through coins might sound like a dream, but the history of numismatics is filled with stories of ordinary people who found life-changing errors in the most mundane places. The 1983 D cent is particularly elusive because the Denver Mint was known for its high-speed output, meaning errors were often swept away or destroyed before they could reach the public. Finding one today is akin to finding a needle in a haystack made of diamonds. These coins are the silent lottery tickets of our economy, and unlike the actual lottery, the odds are in favor of the observant person who understands the metallurgical history of the United States. It is vital to remember that these coins are the ultimate, hidden in plain sight, assets because they look so much like the coins we spend every day. The copper-plated zinc cents of 1983 often develop zinc rot or bubbling, but a genuine bronze era maintains a smooth, rich luster that defies its age. If you hold a 1983 D that looks remarkably red or uncirculated, you must treat it with the utmost care. Avoid touching the surface with your fingers, as the oils can degrade the metal. Instead, place it in a protective flip and seek out a professional grading service, as an official certification from PCGS or NGC is the final step in turning a copper-colored disc into a mountain of cash. As America moves toward its next great milestones, the allure of these rare 1983 D Liberty coins only grows. They are more than just metal. They are physical proof of the industrial chaos and transitional shifts of the 20th century. Do not be the person who spends a fortune on a pack of gum or a soda. Every time you receive a handful of change, check the date, check the mint mark, and if it says 1983 D, you should feel a surge of adrenaline. You could be holding the key to a legendary estate, a rare American artifact that represents the pinnacle of error collecting and the fastest way to change your family's financial destiny forever. Coin number 3. In the electric arena of high-value numismatics, the year 1986 represents a hidden frontier where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and a single Denver minted penny can transcend its face value to reach the heights of a digital age fortune. While most people associate the bicentennial with the famous 1776 to 1976 quarters, the year 1986 saw a massive surge in collector energy due to the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty, which reignited interest in high-quality mint production. The 1986 D Lincoln cent is a survivor of a chaotic production era where over 4 billion coins were struck, yet a tiny, elite fraction managed to escape the Denver Mint with errors so profound they are whispered about in the boardrooms of the world's wealthiest investors. If you possess a 1986 D that defies the standard laws of physics, perhaps featuring a weight that matches the old bronze standards or a strike that shows a value superimposed over the design, you are holding a winning ticket to a financial empire. The magnetic pull of the 1986 D penny comes from the volatility of the copper plating process used on the zinc cores, which often resulted in plating blisters or missing plating errors that create a shimmering, silver-like appearance on the coin's surface. To a novice, these might look like damaged pennies, but to the billionaire collector, these silvery pennies are legendary artifacts that command unimaginable worth. When the thin copper skin fails to bond, it exposes the raw zinc underneath, creating a striking contrast that serves as a beacon for high-stakes auction houses. The phrase, "In God we trust," takes on a new meaning when it is stamped into an error planchet, as these coins are essentially historical accidents that were never meant to survive the rigorous quality controls of the United States Mint. Imagine the sheer adrenaline of looking through a jar of loose change and discovering a 1986 D with a double die obverse, where the word "Liberty" and the date appear as if they were viewed through a cracked mirror. This doubling is not just a smudge, it is a permanent structural distortion that occurred during the hubbing process, making that specific coin a one-of-a-kind masterpiece in a sea of billions. In today's market, where high-grade, red, uncirculated pennies are already fetching thousands, a significant error coin with E pluribus unum visibly doubled on the reverse could potentially skyrocket into the millions. These are the rare USA treasures that turn ordinary people into overnight millionaires, providing the kind of wealth that lasts for generations. The concept of value superimposed on a 1986 D cent refers to the rarest of the rare, the double denomination or overstrike error, where a penny is struck over an already existing coin, such as a dime or a commemorative token. In the mid-80s, amidst the frenzy of the Statue of Liberty centennial, the minting facilities were under immense pressure, leading to rare instances where foreign objects or previous strikes entered the pressing chamber. If you find a penny where the ghost of a torch or a different coin's denomination is visible beneath Lincoln's bust, you have discovered a numismatic unicorn. Such a coin is not just a cent, it is a physical glitch in the matrix of American commerce, valued by billionaires who seek the absolute pinnacle of rarity. To master the hunt for these 1986 D treasures, you must look beyond the surface and understand the metallurgical soul of the coin. A standard 1986 penny should weigh exactly 2.5 grams, but the unimaginable worth is often found in the outliers, those rare instances where a 3.11 gram bronze planchet from the pre-1982 era somehow found its way into the 1986 Denver bins. This transitional error is the holy grail of the 80s, a mistake so rare that its discovery would send shockwaves through the global economy. Owning such a coin is like owning a piece of a secret history, a tangible asset that is more stable than many stocks and far more exciting than any traditional investment. The bicentennial-era spirit that permeates the 1986 production year is tied to the Statue of Liberty commemorative sets, which often led to specialized proof coins accidentally entering circulation. These mint mark proofs or high luster, D mint business strikes are often found in immaculate condition, looking as though they were minted yesterday despite being decades old. For a coin to be worth millions, it must be the best of the best, possessing a red designation from grading services and a strike so sharp that the individual pillars of the Lincoln Memorial are visible with startling clarity. This level of perfection is what billionaires pay for, as it represents the highest possible achievement of human and machine synergy. We live in an age where rare coins to look for has become a serious pursuit for those aiming to change their fortune without the need for a corporate ladder. The 1986 D penny is the perfect target because it is still out there, hiding in plain sight in laundry mats, vending machines, and abandoned piggy banks. Do not spend these coins, they are the silent witnesses to an era of American industrial might and the occasional, beautiful mistake. Every time you touch a 1986 D cent, you are touching a potential fortune that could pay off debts, buy a dream home, or secure an early retirement. The standard circulation label is just a disguise for what could be a life-altering treasure. In closing, the 1986 D Lincoln cent is a testament to the fact that wealth is often found in the details that others ignore. From the Liberty stamped on the front to the United States of America on the back, every part of the coin is a potential map to a billionaire's lifestyle. Keep your eyes sharp for the doubled letters, your scales ready for the heavy planchets, and your spirit ready for the thrill of the hunt. This is the ultimate game of high-stakes hide-and-seek, and the prize is a fortune that could change everything you thought you knew about the value of a single cent. Coin number 4. In the electric landscape of modern numismatics, the year 1990 serves as a colossal milestone, marking a period where the United States Mint underwent massive technical shifts that birthed some of the most elusive and valuable ghost coins in existence. While the term wheat penny typically refers to the pre-1959 era, a legendary phenomenon exists where 1990 dated dies were accidentally struck onto leftover bronze wheat planchets or commemorative blanks, creating a superimposed value that defies standard logic. These coins are the apex of rarity, merging the historical weight of the past with the modern face of the Lincoln cent. If you find a 1990 penny that carries the unmistakable heft of a 3.11-gram bronze disc rather than the standard 2.5-gram zinc version, you are no longer holding loose change, you are holding a microscopic gold mine that could instantly rewrite your financial future. The true billionaire maker in this category is the 1990 no-S proof Lincoln cent, a coin so rare and theoretically impossible that it has become the holy grail of the late 20th century. In a catastrophic oversight at the San Francisco Mint, a tiny batch of proof dies was created without the mandatory S mint mark. These dies were used to strike high-mirrored, frosted coins that were then tucked into ordinary proof sets and sent to unsuspecting families. Because only an estimated 200 of these exist, a single pristine specimen can command tens of thousands of dollars at auction. The thrill of the hunt lies in the fact that these sets were often gifted to children or left in attics, meaning the next multi-million-dollar discovery could be sitting in a dust-covered box in your own home. Beyond the missing mint mark, the 1990 series is famous for the superimposed value error, a high-level manufacturing glitch where a penny is struck over an already existing coin or a different denomination's planchet. Imagine the visual shock of seeing the words 1 cent layered over the faint, ghostly image of a dime's torch or even a bicentennial design. These double-denomination errors are the ultimate prizes for elite collectors who view them as modern art pieces born from mechanical chaos. When a coin features this level of extreme distortion, its value is no longer tied to the metal, but to the sheer impossibility of its survival, making it a high-stakes asset that can appreciate in value faster than almost any stock or real estate investment. The magnetic lure of these standard circulation coins is fueled by the aggressive competition among the world's wealthiest investors who seek the finest known examples of the 1990 D and Philadelphia strikes. While billions were produced, only a handful possess the perfect strike, with value superimposed features that occur when a die begins to fail, creating a raised, doubled effect on the lettering of E pluribus unum. This doubling is so sharp and thick that it looks as though the words are vibrating off the surface of the copper. For a billionaire collector, owning the highest graded version of such an error is the ultimate status symbol, as it represents a unique defect in the armor of the U.S. Mint's legendary precision. The phrase, "In God We Trust," takes on a profound weight when it appears on a 1990 penny that has been misstruck off-center by 50% or more. These off-center errors are dramatic and unmistakable, often leaving a large portion of the zinc core planchet blank and shimmering while the date and Lincoln's bust are pushed to the very edge. These coins are the lottery tickets of the pocket change world, hiding in jars and vending machines, waiting for a discerning eye to recognize their worth. An off-center 1990 penny in mint state condition is a prized rarity that can turn a simple trip to the grocery store into a life-changing financial event, potentially worth more than a luxury vehicle in a single afternoon. The bicentennial connection in these rare 1990 coins is often found in transitional errors where planchets intended for the 1976 or 1982 eras were trapped in the machinery and struck years later. This metallurgical time travel creates a coin that looks modern but feels ancient, possessing a rich, deep red luster that is chemically impossible for a standard zinc-based penny of the 90s. These anomalies are the silent billionaires of the coin world. They don't look special to the untrained eye, but the moment they hit a digital scale, their true, astronomical identity is revealed. The density of the copper alone tells a story of a minting process that went haywire, leaving a trail of riches for those who dare to weigh their change. To truly capitalize on this hidden wealth, one must understand that unimaginable worth is a product of supply and demand. As the world moves further away from physical currency, the remaining 1990-era pennies become extinction-level assets. The market for these coins is no longer restricted to hobbyists. It has become a playground for hedge funds and private collectors who will pay any price to secure a 1990 value superimposed error. This is why you must never spend these coins. A single transaction at a gas station could mean throwing away a fortune that could have secured your family's legacy for the next century. Every penny is a potential treasure map, and the 1990 series is the X that marks the spot. In conclusion, the 1990 Lincoln cent is a masterpiece of American industrial history, concealing errors and rarities that can turn a common citizen into a wealthy titan overnight. From the mirrored fields of the no-s proof to the heavy bronze of a transitional error, these coins are the ultimate proof that fortune favors the observant. Do not let these masterpieces slip through your fingers. Treat every 1990 penny as if it were a rare gemstone. Study the lettering, feel the weight, and look for the value superimposed signs that indicate a manufacturing miracle. Your path to becoming a billionaire may not be found in a boardroom, but in the humble, copper-coated mystery of a 1990 penny that everyone else was too busy to notice. Coin number 5. The high-stakes, adrenaline-fueled world of 21st-century numismatics, the 1991 Lincoln cent has emerged as a titan of hidden value, a common copper-clad disc that conceals the potential for a life-altering fortune. While the average person spends these pennies without a second glance, the savvy elite understand that the 1991 production year was a time of intense mechanical transition at the Denver and Philadelphia mints, leading to errors of unimaginable worth. We are talking about ghost coins that were never supposed to survive the pressing room, anomalies where a 1991 die was accidentally struck onto silver-colored dime planchets or leftover bronze blanks from decades past. If you find a 1991 penny that carries a shimmering metallic glow or a weight that feels alien in your palm, you may be holding a billionaire maker that collectors would fight to own at the world's most prestigious auction houses. The magnetic lure of the 1991 series is epitomized by the value superimposed phenomenon, a catastrophic yet beautiful mint error where the design of the Lincoln cent is struck over another coin entirely. Imagine the visual chaos of seeing the word Liberty and the year 1991 perfectly pressed into the surface of a pre-existing silver dime or a commemorative bicentennial token. These double-denomination treasures are the crown jewels of American era collecting, representing a total breakdown of quality control that creates a unique, historical fingerprint. Because so few of these superimposed masterpieces were ever released, their scarcity creates a value curve that can skyrocket into the millions as billionaires compete to possess the only known specimen of a 1991 overstrike. When you look at the phrase, "In God We Trust," on a rare 1991 penny, you aren't just reading a motto, you are looking for the double die signatures that mark the coin as an elite asset. The 1991 D. Denver variety is particularly notorious for a double die error so sharp and deep that the letters appear to vibrate off the coin's surface. This mechanical doubling creates a secondary ghost image of the date and the word Liberty, a mistake that occurred when the die itself was hubbed incorrectly. In the current market, a certified high-grade 1991 D double die is not just a cent, it is a portable bank account, a tangible piece of high-commodity metal that offers more security and explosive growth potential than traditional investments or stock portfolios. The excitement surrounding the 1991 wheat penny myths adds a layer of mysterious prestige to the hunt. While the official wheat design ended in 1958, there are persistent whispers and confirmed reports of transitional errors, where 1991 dies were accidentally applied to leftover 95% copper planchets from the early 20th century. These heavyweight pennies, weighing a solid 3.11 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams, are the silent lottery tickets of the currency world. They don't look different to the naked eye, but the moment they hit a digital scale, their true identity as a multi-thousand-dollar rarity is revealed. This is why the instruction, "Don't spend them," is not a suggestion, it is a financial mandate for anyone who dreams of turning a handful of pocket change into a mountain of wealth. In today's market, the unimaginable worth of these coins is driven by the sheer scarcity of high-grade, red, uncirculated specimens. A 1991 penny that has survived in its original, fiery copper state without a single scratch or fingerprint is a miracle of preservation. When such a coin also features an off-center strike, where the design is pushed to the edge, leaving a crescent of blank zinc, the value enters the stratosphere. We are looking at a phenomenon where the industrial imperfection of the United States Mint becomes the ultimate luxury good. For a billionaire, owning a 1991 off-center error with a partial e pluribus unum is the ultimate flex, a physical embodiment of a rare and lucky accident that can never be replicated. The term bicentennial often surfaces in these 1991 discussions because of the deep nostalgic and patriotic value placed on coins produced during the era of American renewal. The 1991 series represents the bridge between the old-world craftsmanship of the 20th century and the digital precision of the 21st. The errors found in this year are the last of their kind before computer-automated sensors made such mistakes nearly impossible to find. This makes every 1991 D or 1991 P error a closed edition masterpiece. If you have any USA coins from this period, you must treat them with the reverence of a museum curator, for they are the only surviving witnesses to a time when a simple mechanical slip-up could create a fortune worth millions of dollars. To truly understand the script of wealth hidden in your change, you must train your eye to see the value superimposed in every detail. Look for the wide AM variety, where the letters A and M in America are spaced further apart than usual, indicating a proof die was used for a standard business strike. This subtle difference is the secret code that separates a common penny from a high-stakes auction headliner. We are living in a second gold rush, but instead of pickaxes and mountains, the modern treasure hunter uses a magnifying glass and a scale to sift through the billions of 1991 pennies circulating in our economy. The prize is not just money, it is the legendary status of being the one who found the impossible coin that the government missed. In conclusion, the 1991 United States of America 1 cent is a titan of potential that could change your fortune overnight. From the heavy bronze transitional errors to the mind-bending, superimposed overstrikes, these coins are the ultimate hedge against the mundane. Never spend a 1991 penny without checking its weight, its lettering, and its luster. The e pluribus unum on the reverse is a reminder that out of many billions, only one could be the rare error that turns you into a billionaire. Keep your jars of change safe, guard your collection with your life, and stay vigilant. The next great American treasure is likely sitting at the bottom of a coin tray, waiting for someone with the courage and the knowledge to claim it. Coin number 6. The high-stakes arena of modern coin collecting, the year 1993 represents a mechanical crossroads where some of the most shocking and lucrative minting errors were forged in the fires of the Denver and Philadelphia facilities. While the bicentennial fervor usually focuses on the 1776 to 1976 issues, the 1993 series is the hidden crown jewel of the early 90s, specifically because of the mule error and transitional varieties that can turn a common penny into a fortune. The 1993 D. Lincoln cent is the protagonist of this financial thriller, hiding a potential billionaire's bounty in the form of coins that were never supposed to exist. If you possess a 1993 D with a value superimposed or a mismatch of designs, you aren't holding pocket change, you are holding a structural glitch in the matrix of American commerce that is worth thousands, and potentially millions as rarity increases over time. The absolute pinnacle of 1993 rarities is the legendary 1993 D mule penny, an error of such staggering proportions that it feels like a myth. This occurs when a Lincoln cent obverse, front, is accidentally paired with a Roosevelt dime reverse, back. This superimposed design error creates a hybrid coin that serves as a physical witness to a total breakdown of the mint's quality control. Only a handful are known to exist, and they are the ultimate, overnight rich tickets. A high-grade 1993 D mule is a six-figure asset that collectors and billionaire investors hunt for with predatory intensity, as it represents one of the most significant and visible manufacturing mistakes in the history of the United States Mint. Beyond the mule, the 1993 series is famous for the close AM variety, a subtle yet high-value anomaly where the letters A and M in America are nearly touching. This happened because the mint accidentally used dies intended for proof coins on standard business strike pennies meant for circulation. To the untrained eye, it looks like any other cent, but to a professional collector, that microscopic gap, or lack thereof, is the signature of a rare masterpiece. Finding a 1993 close AM in pristine, uncirculated condition can catapult its value from 1 cent to hundreds or even thousands of dollars, making it one of the most sought-after pocket change treasures for the modern-day scavenger. The phrase, "In God We Trust," on a 1991, 1992, or 1,993 penny acts as a focal point for double die enthusiasts. In 1993, several dies were produced with a slight hubbing misalignment, causing the letters and the date to appear with a distinct, ghost-like shadow or doubling. While not as famous as the 1955 version, the 1993 double die is a sleeper hit in the numismatic world. When you see thick, distorted lettering on the word Liberty, you are seeing the marks of a high-value asset. These coins are often overlooked by the public, but for the billionaire who wants to own every rare variant of the Lincoln cent, they are essential acquisitions that drive auction prices into the stratosphere. Metallurgy plays a massive role in the unimaginable worth of these coins, especially in the realm of transitional errors. In the years following the 1982 copper to zinc shift, the mint occasionally found old 3.11-gram bronze planchets stuck in the machinery. If a 1993 date was struck onto one of these rogue bronze blanks, the resulting coin would be a $1 million mistake. While most 1993 pennies weigh a light 2.5 grams, the billionaire penny is the one that feels heavy, possesses a deeper red luster, and rings with a clear, bell-like tone when dropped. This is the ultimate, standard circulation, coin that could change your fortune, as only a few are theorized to have survived the sorting process. The bicentennial legacy in these 1993 coins is also found in off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly seated in the collar during the strike. This results in a penny where the E pluribus unum and the Lincoln Memorial are pushed to the edge, leaving a dramatic, crescent-shaped void of raw zinc. These are the visual showstoppers of error collecting. A 1993 penny that is 50% off-center, yet still shows the full date and mint mark, is a high commodity item. It represents the raw, industrial power of the mint and the rare moment when that power failed, creating a physical anomaly that billionaire collectors view as a portable, high-value art piece. The importance of the Liberty and "In God We Trust" inscriptions cannot be overstated. They are the verification points for die breaks and cuts. On 1993 pennies, a common but valuable error is the BIE variety, where a small vertical die crack develops between the B and I of Liberty, making it look like an extra letter is present. While these are more common, finding a major cut error, where a large chunk of the die breaks off at the rim, can turn a penny into a high-value trophy. These errors are the birthmarks of a coin's unique history, and the more dramatic the break, the higher the price a collector will pay to secure it for their private vault. In conclusion, the 1993 United States of America 1 cent is a playground of potential wealth for anyone willing to look closer. Do not spend your 1993 pennies. They could be the close AM variety, a double die masterpiece, or even the mythical mule error that commands a king's ransom. These coins are the secret lottery tickets of our financial system, hidden in jars and under car seats, waiting for someone to recognize their unimaginable worth. Treat every 1993 penny as if it were a rare artifact, because in the world of high-stakes numismatics, a single mistake by a machine in Denver 30 years ago could be the key to your overnight fortune today. Coin number 7. The high-stakes, adrenaline-fueled world of modern numismatics, the year 1998 has emerged as a hidden fortress of wealth, concealing some of the most shocking and lucrative minting errors ever to bypass government inspectors. While the average person treats a penny as a nuisance, savvy collectors know that a 1998 Lincoln cent can hide a secret identity that translates into a massive payday at elite auction houses. The mechanical atmosphere of the late 90s created a perfect storm for transitional varieties, where dies intended for proof sets were accidentally mixed into the high-speed production lines of circulation coins. This error created the legendary 1998 wide AM penny, a coin that looks ordinary to the naked eye but possesses a structural gap in the word America that serves as a beacon for billionaire investors seeking the rarest anomalies in the world. The magnetism of the 1998 series is fueled by the wide AM phenomenon, where the letters A and M are noticeably separated, a visual signature that the coin was struck with a proof die. This is essentially a mule error, a creature of two different worlds that should never have been born. While billions of standard, close AM, pennies were minted, the wide AM remains a rare prize that can turn a common pocket change find into a high commodity asset worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in pristine, red, uncirculated condition. The excitement is doubled when you realize that these coins are still technically, in the wild, waiting in jars and vending machines for a discerning eye to recognize their unimaginable worth, and pull them from the obscurity of daily commerce. When we discuss the bicentennial spirit in the context of these 1998 coins, we are looking at the peak of American production quality that sought to honor the heritage of the Lincoln cent before the major design shifts of the 21st century. The phrase, "In God We Trust," on a rare 1991, 1992, or 1998 penny takes on an almost prophetic quality for the lucky hunter who finds one with a double die obverse. In 1998, several dies were produced with a slight hubbing misalignment, causing the letters and the date to appear with a distinct, ghost-like shadow. This mechanical doubling is a siren call to collectors, acting as a signature of rarity that sets the coin apart from the mundane mass production and can skyrocket a simple cent into the territory of legendary wealth. The most explosive value in the 1998 series, however, is found in the 1998's close AM proof error, a coin that represents a total breakdown of the San Francisco Mint's legendary precision. While all proof coins were supposed to have the wide AM design, a handful were accidentally struck with the business strike, close AM, die. These are the billionaire pennies of the modern era, with fewer than 100 examples known to exist. If you find a 1998's proof coin, identifiable by its mirror-like finish, that has the letters A and M nearly touching, you have discovered a numismatic unicorn. Such a coin is a physical glitch in the matrix of American currency, valued by the elite who view these errors as the ultimate portable asset. Imagine the sheer adrenaline of discovering a 1998 penny with a value superimposed error, where the design is struck over another coin entirely, such as a dime or a commemorative token. In the frantic production environment of the late 90s, foreign objects or previous strikes occasionally entered the pressing chamber, leading to multi-strike or off-metal errors that are the ultimate crown jewels of any collection. If you find a penny that looks like it has been struck on a silver-colored planchet or features the ghostly image of a different denomination beneath Lincoln's bust, you are looking at a manufacturing miracle that can command prices upwards of $10,000 or more as collectors fight to own a piece of this industrial chaos. The unimaginable worth mentioned by experts refers to the extreme supply and demand curve where every new discovery of a 1998 rarity sends shockwaves through the global investment community. The market for these rare USA coins is aggressive, with billionaires treating high-grade errors as a hedge against inflation and a tangible link to American history. To truly master the hunt, you must look for the wide AM spacing and the FG initials of the designer. On a 1998 wide AM, the initials are placed closer to the Lincoln Memorial than on standard strikes. This tiny discrepancy is the secret key that separates a common cent from a life-altering treasure, making the instruction, "Don't spend them," a vital piece of financial advice. We live in a second gold rush where the gold is hidden in the copper-plated zinc of our own pockets. The 1998 Denver and Philadelphia strikes offer a playground for treasure hunters looking for cut errors, where a piece of the die breaks off and creates a raised blob of metal on the coin's rim. These cuts are like the fingerprints of the machines that made them, unique and impossible to replicate. When a major die break occurs near the words Liberty or United States of America, the value of the coin surges. These are the errors that the government missed but the public must find, as they represent the last era of purely mechanical errors before the mint's quality control became almost entirely digital. In conclusion, the 1998 Lincoln cent is a masterpiece of potential that could change your fortune overnight. From the wide AM business strikes to the elusive close AM proof errors and the mind-bending superimposed overstrikes, these coins are the ultimate lottery tickets of our financial system. Never spend a 1998 penny without checking its weight, its lettering, and its luster. The e pluribus unum on the reverse is a reminder that out of many billions, only one could be the rare error that turns you into a titan of wealth. Keep your change safe, guard your collection with your life, and stay vigilant. The next great American fortune is likely sitting at the bottom of a coin tray, waiting for you to claim it. Coin number 8. The high-octane world of numismatic treasure hunting, the 1999 D. Lincoln cent stands as a modern monolith of potential wealth, a coin produced at the dawn of a new millennium that hides secrets capable of skyrocketing a common person's net worth into the stratosphere. While billions of these pennies were struck at the Denver Mint, the chaotic energy of the pre-Y2K manufacturing era led to a series of legendary ghost errors that are now the target of billionaire investors and high-stakes auction houses. If you hold a 1999 D penny that displays the value superimposed phenomenon, where the Lincoln design is struck over the ghost of another denomination, you are not looking at pocket change, you are looking at a manufacturing miracle that defies the mint's rigorous quality control and commands unimaginable worth in today's aggressive market. The absolute crown jewel of the 1999 series is the transitional wide AM variety, a structural glitch where a die intended for a high mirror-proof set was accidentally used on a standard business strike coin meant for circulation. On these rare masterpieces, the letters A and M in the word America are noticeably separated, creating a visual signature of extreme rarity that can turn a simple cent into a six-figure asset overnight. While most 1999 pennies feature the close AM design where the letters nearly touch, the wide AM is a phantom that collectors hunt with predatory intensity. Finding one in a red, uncirculated condition is like winning a silent lottery, providing the kind of instant liquidity that can pay off a mortgage or fund a luxury lifestyle in a single afternoon. The phrase, "In God we trust," takes on an almost spiritual significance for the lucky hunter who discovers a 1999 D off-center strike. In these rare instances, the planchet was not properly seated in the collar, causing the design to be pushed to the very edge and leaving a dramatic, crescent-shaped void of raw zinc. These are the visual blockbusters of the coin world, sought after by elite collectors who view these industrial accidents as unique pieces of American history. A 1999 D penny that is 50% off-center yet retains a full, clear date and mint mark is a high commodity item that can easily fetch prices that would make a common investor's head spin, representing a rare moment where a government mistake becomes a public fortune. Beyond the spacing and centering errors, the 1999 D series is famous for the mule die clash, an ultra-rare discovery that occurs when a reverse die clashes with another reverse die, leaving incuse, mirror image letters on the coin's surface. This error was once thought to be impossible in modern minting, yet authenticated examples have surfaced, shaking the foundations of the numismatic community. When you see the word America superimposed or doubled in an incuse, backwards format, you are looking at a discovery coin that carries a prestige and value that rivals the most expensive gemstones. These are the rare USA bicentennial-era treasures that can truly make you rich overnight, as the demand for such high-level errors far outweighs the supply. Metallurgy is the secret key to unlocking the millions hidden in your 1999 pennies, particularly in the realm of zinc exposure errors, or plating bubbles, that create a unique, iridescent luster. While most people ignore pennies with odd bumps or discolorations, the billionaire collector looks for the unplated 1999 D cent. If a penny escaped the mint without its copper skin, leaving a raw, shimmering zinc surface that looks more like a silver dime than a copper cent, you have found a structural rarity of the highest order. These silver-colored pennies are often mistaken for play money, but their weight of exactly 2.5 grams proves their authenticity as a rare mint error worth a king's ransom to those who understand their chemical pedigree. The unimaginable worth of these coins is a result of a perfect storm where rarity, historical timing, and condition converge. In the eyes of an elite collector, a 1999 D cent graded at superb gem uncirculated MS68 or higher is not just currency, it is a deflationary asset that gains value every year. As the world moves away from physical money, the remaining high-grade 1999 D-era coins become the last of their kind, creating a massive surge in auction records. This is why the instruction, "Don't spend them," is vital. You could be holding the key to a legendary estate in a simple jar of change, and a single careless transaction could cost you a fortune that would have secured your family's legacy for generations. The spirit of the bicentennial era continues to resonate through the 1999 D Lincoln Cent, as it represents the final design of the 20th century before the commemorative Lincoln Bicentennial Series of 2009. This makes the 1999 series a closed chapter in American industrial history. When you find a 1999 D that features a value superimposed, double denomination or a dramatic die cut, a raised blob of metal caused by a broken die, you are holding a physical record of the high-speed pressure of the Denver Mint at the turn of the millennium. These errors are the fingerprints of the machines, and their scarcity makes them more valuable than gold bars in the eyes of the global numismatic elite. In conclusion, the 1999 D United States of America 1 cent is a titan of potential that could change your fortune in an instant. From the wide AM spacing to the mind-bending mule clashes and the heavy transitional terrors, these coins are the ultimate treasure map for the modern age. Never spend a 1999 D penny without subjecting it to a rigorous inspection under a magnifying glass. Look for the spacing, feel for the weight, and check for any superimposed features that shouldn't be there. Your path to becoming a billionaire may not be found in a stock market tip, but in the humble, copper-coated mystery of a 1999 penny that the rest of the world was too busy to notice. So thanks for watching video and get ready next video for next day.